Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Today we're going to take a look at a flirty prison officer who's been jailed for 10 months after bosses found a secret tattoo on her leg with a lad she'd in love with. Scarlett Aldrich was 20 when she had an armed robber's prison cell number inked on her upper thigh as a symbol of her affection. But the horrified officials found the body art when she was forced to undergo a medical examination. At the time, Miss Aldrich, whose mum and stepdad are both police officers, was a trusted member of staff at the maximum security full Sutton jail near York. She also wrote love letters to the convicted robber and smuggled in a mobile phone and SIM card, Hall Crown Court was told. Miss Aldrich, who was 22 now, who had a number of other tattoos, appeared for sentence via video link from HMP New Hall in Wakefield, where she is being held, jailing her for 10 months. Judge John Thackeray QC said he had considered a suspended sentence because immediate custody would have had a devastating effect on you and your loved one. But he said the offences were so serious that the least he could impose was 10 months, custody with half to be served. He told her, "Your offending is obviously very seriously committed. While you were acting as a prison officer in a high security prison, you did receive the training about the obvious dangers of developing close relationships with inmates. Despite this, you developed a relationship with an inmate serving a sentence for robbery. You allowed yourself to be taken in by him." The judge said that you put the safety and the security of the prison in jeopardy. This was a huge security prison where mobile phones and SIM cards can be used as currency, providing power, influence and disrupting prison life. You breached the trust that you had been given to you. The judge accepted that she had provided the phone and SIM card only for the inmate to speak to her, and there was no evidence that he had used it to commit any form of crime. But I have to consider not only the intended harm, but the actual harm. In a maximum security prison, the risk of harm was very high. Miss Aldrich, who lives in the village of Swarby, near Fisk, North Yorkshire, showed no emotion as she was jailed. She admitted misconduct in a public office and smuggling a mobile phone and SIM card into the prison at the previous hearing. The phone was later found jammed in the inmate's backside. In his cell, officers found love letters from Miss Aldrich. They also intercepted a saucy snap sent to the prisoner, referred to as Jones, of a tattoo of her upper left thigh of his jail cell number. Suspicions began in August 2019 when Miss Aldrich and Mr. Jones were seen chatting together for up to 2 hours in the prison workshop. Prosecutor Eamon Coker said it was noted that the defendant would enter the workshop, greet other prison staff before going to sit with Mr. Jones and chat with him for up to an hour at a time. These visits became more frequent and other prisoners commented on the closeness between the two. Miss Aldrich's time with Mr. Jones in the workshop increased to 2 hours a day. Colleagues spotted they were being flirty and confronted Miss Aldrich about her behaviour. She was warned about what her behaviour looked like, but the defendant returned to the workshop and still chatted with the prisoner. Prison officers were alerted and jailers found the phone, which included a text sent on September the 9th saying, "Abby is coming over, so I won't be able to call you. I miss you. We'll try and get some credit. Sending all my kisses." Another message a day later read, "I'm at my mum's. I'm not ignoring you and I've got you a voucher." On September the 18th, 2019, Miss Aldrich was suspended, confessed to the governors that the relationship had started following a violent row with her ex. Susanna Proctor, mitigating, said she had a cut on her face. He was providing comfort towards her, and that led to the relationship she is now in court for. She underlined there was no sexual activity between the two, and that Miss Aldrich had no contact with Mr. Jones in his cell. She brought the phone in so he could contact her, said Miss Proctor. She understands that this man was not interested in her at all, and he was just using her to obtain the mobile phone. Mr. Coker added, she explained that she had been vulnerable due to her partner assaulting her, which left the mark. Mr. Jones noticed the mark. He contacted her and made threats towards her partner. She admitted she brought the mobile phone and the SIM card. She was then asked by the prisoner to hold up to £5,000 at her home, which would then be collected by a gentleman named Ginger Scouser. She became concerned and blocked the prisoner's number. In her first interview with the police, Miss Aldrich denied the relationship with Mr. Jones, claiming that he had called her home and threatened her family. However, a letter addressed to Mr. Jones was intercepted by the staff at HMP Full Sutton, which contained a photograph of a tattoo inside. The tattoo was of Mr. Jones' cell number, and whilst Miss Aldrich was in police custody, a nurse carrying out an examination on her body found the same tattoo on her upper left thigh. The court heard that Miss Aldrich, who had no previous convictions, joined the prison service after getting her A-levels because she wanted to help people and follow in the footsteps of her mother and stepfather, who are both police officers. Thank you for joining us today. What are your opinions on the crimes committed by Miss Aldrich? Do you think a sentence of 10 months was too harsh or not harsh enough? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more Street Crime UK content, hit subscribe and press that bell so you can join us on the next video. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.